Hey, what's up, Stringlings? We are back with the Great Canadian Pedalboard, and today we're going to be taking a look at the second place prize. Let's check it out. I have been incredibly fortunate to be able to play all of these different pedals from all these different Canadian pedal manufacturers, and sometimes they send me some extras, and the extras I love, and I would love to keep all of them. I might keep a couple. We'll see. But I thought this would make a really great second place prize. And so I talked to Trevor May and I said, you know, what about doing a nice clean tone Quack Stack? I'm calling it the Quack Stack. Something really funky, something that could be super versatile for anybody to add to a rig. And he said, yeah, great idea. And so what we've got is down here on the desktop. I haven't mounted these on the board yet, but the board is currently being built in my garage. Or my garage workshop, you know what it is. But these three pedals are very, very cool. I've already done a full review of Le Canard, which is the quacky kind of envelope filter auto wah effect from MayFly audio. And I haven't done full reviews or full demos of these two. This is the Flat Earth Compressor, which is a fantastic but very, very tight compressor. And the Bytown Boost. If you don't know, Bytown is an area, neighborhood in Ottawa where Trevor and MayFly operate. So that's what it's named for, the Bytown Boost. This is a great boost pedal. It's got 20 decibels of additional boost, which is huge. I think my amp has 10. And it also has a bit of an EQ roll here that we'll discuss when we get it plugged in. So really overall, I haven't fully settled on the pedal order. One thing I will say, and I'm probably going to mention this more than once because it's that important, don't put your compressor after your boost pedal, obviously, because the compressor's job is to compress high peaks and flatten everything out. And if you do that after the boost pedal, then you've made the boost pedal essentially useless. That's why the boost is going at the end here. And I'm going to be putting it into both a clean and an overdriven amp so you can hear what happens when you boost going into your drive channel. Typically on a board you might put that after an overdrive, but if you're already using a driven amp, it actually does really cool things by kind of pushing the front of that overdrive a little bit. So you can experiment a little bit. They will be mounted on a mini pedal board from me, which you can use to do anything you want, of course. But what a great little set of pedals. Let's go plug them in and see what they sound like in a couple of scenarios. Okay, so down here on the desktop, as you can see, I don't have these strapped down to their board just yet because that is in production. But we've got, in no particular order, but currently going in this direction, we have the Le Canard envelope filter, which is an auto wah type pedal. We have the Flat Earth Compressor, and we have the Bytown Boost. Now, I've already done the demo of the envelope filter, and it is a fantastic quacky little pedal. In fact, I'm going to switch on the ML Sound Labs humble amp so you get kind of a classic clean sound. Let me just make sure that the compressor is off on the plug-in because sometimes they throw one on. Yeah, it's off. Okay, good. Okay, so we don't have any compression on there, so this is our auto wah. Okay, and yes, I am using, of course, another one of my customs. This is the Steve Bear Custom Outlaw, outfitted with Pegcity pickups, TC204 single coil pickups. I just thought this would be a really great setup to use some single coils on. This is both pickups together. Okay, without the effect. Okay, so that's pretty good. What the compressor does, if you are not familiar with compressors, I think I'm going to have to do a tutorial because I have this one and the Omnicomp from Broughton. And both, they function a little bit differently, but the Flat Earth Compressor, basically what a compressor does is it takes all of those high peaks in your sound and it squashes them so that you can turn the volume of everything up without your loud parts getting super loud. So that's kind of a beginner's guide to how compression works, but that's basically the theory. So if we've got this like that, and I want to play softly, but you want to hear those and you want to hear those soft parts louder in the mix, you can't really turn the mix up because that loud part is going to be too loud, right? So we throw on a compressor, and that will let us do everything at roughly the same volume. You see the difference? Here it is again without the compression. And with the compression, exactly the same picking. So you can hear when I hit those hard strums, they actually come out softer. That's of value when you're throwing on something like this. You don't get hard punches of the wah sound. That's loud. Okay. Okay, so we can make tons of adjustments to kind of play around with those things, and I'm going to leave this up to whoever gets it. I'll come up with some settings that work really well. Also, we're not going to get into the debate about pedal order at this stage. I'm just trying it right now with the compressor after the wah. That's typically where I would put my compression in a signal chain. I would have my wah and my fuzz first, and then my compressor after that if I was going to be using compression for my clean tones. I don't always use compression for my clean tones in a lot of my metal settings, but I do in some country settings. So what I'm finding interesting here, though, is this guy. This is a very, very cool boost pedal because it provides up to 20 decibels of boost, which is a big jump. That is a big, big pump when you want to jump into a lead. And he's included this, which is the tilt knob. And this tilt control, let me just zoom down here so you can see a little bit more, will give you plus or minus 12 decibels of range in either a bass filter or a treble filter. So, sorry, a bass boost or a treble boost. So you can use this as a treble boost for a solo by tweaking it a little bit more clockwise, or a bass boost if you want a little bit more meat, a little bit more body to your tone. You can do it counterclockwise. So putting the compressor first means that the compressor is not going to kill your boost. You always you don't want a compressor to increase volume and then put a boost after it to get, or boost before it, right? So that the boost gets squashed. That doesn't make sense. So just the boost on its own. Here's the amp. Wow, that's loud. So, yeah. So it's really, really hot rodding the system right now, but you can tell, and that's just past 12 o'clock. So I'm going to take it actually a little bit down below that and just see. Okay, so we put the compressor in front of it. So you have a little bit more space, a little bit more headroom. So lots of options there. Let's take this over and let's throw a little bit of overdrive onto the amp. I'm going to kill that, all of those, so you can hear it. And it's just this. Get a little bit of Stevie Ray humble dumble sound. So we are getting some pretty raunchy tones, partly from my playing, partly from my amp settings. But what happens when we go to a solo, or we want to add a little bit of extra jump to it using the Bytown boost? Take that off. Good. So you can hear it's pushing the front of the amp, and if we're not using the compressor, let's take that, see where that goes. Bordering on something kind of fuzzy. Take that all the way up. Let's see what our high pitch sounds. This is going to be squirrely, I know. That's not great. You know, so be judicious in your use of the treble boost. But I do think, you know, as a combination, okay, going through the signal path there. Yeah, great sound. Go back to the original sound that we had, this clean sound, to see. So with the boost, you're even pushing the front of a clean amp, you're going to get a little bit of overdrive, because that's what overdrive is, right? Like that. It's pretty cool. So that is the MayFly Audio Quack Stack. That's what I'm calling it. It's not an official name, but I think it's a very cool approach to these three particular pedals. This is, again, the second place prize in the Great Canadian Pedalboard contest. You will also be getting a $100 voucher towards a set of Pegcity pickups. They don't have to be this one. They can be any set you like, and Chris will make them up for you, as well as a board to mount these on and some additional swag and a strap from Nebula Straps. Not this one, but you'll see it when it comes out. I should be getting it shortly. But anyway, in the meantime, great little set of pedals, and honestly, I mean, I've linked everything I can in the description below. You've got to check out these Canadian manufacturers. They're fantastic. They're doing amazing work. I love Trevor May's pedals. I think they're just really, really spectacular, flexible, and beautiful pedals. Look at the artwork on these things. They are stunningly beautiful pedals as well. So if you like this content, please remember to like and subscribe. Don't forget, if you are in Canada, the link to the contest is down below. As long as that link is active, the contest is active, but we are doing the draw on Canada Day. That's July 1st, 2023, for anybody in Canada to win the entire Great Canadian Pedalboard with 15 handmade Canadian pedals on it, or second place, this Quack Stack with some bonuses. And for third place, we're actually doing the B-Verb, which I've presented before, which is from Guptech. It's their Castor delay and Berry Verb in one pedal. Beautiful, beautiful little pedal. Absolutely fantastic. So I hope you will join us for this contest, and I hope you will like and share and spread the word as much as you can, because we have just some amazing talent when it comes to building these things in Canada, and the whole point of all of this is to make sure everybody knows about it. So make sure you stick around, make sure you get in the contest, and make sure you keep an eye out for the next one. We'll catch you later.